it's a multifaceted problem, certainly. But I mean, yeah, that's so. I mean, that's not what we want to do. We want to cooperate with you guys in finding something that we think is going to work, because this is important to us. You know, I mean, this is our livelihoods in a lot of cases, and I mean, it's something that I really personally believe in. You know, I feel like it's a good look for San Antonio if we can do it like safely and like professionally. Like, I think it makes, you know, it gives San Antonio something that not a lot of places have, because even cities that do have pedicabs, a lot of times they're sort of
not regulated.
Yeah, they're either not regulated at all, or they're like it's sort of like
guerrilla.
Yeah, fly by night, like it's kind of sketchy, and like that's not what we want for San Antonio, because we've never really had that in the same ways that, or at least as long as we've been with the companies, it's never been that way. And so I mean, even right now, as the regulations as they stand, like are like I wouldn't say more restrictive. I would say they're more cohesive to being professional and safe than anywhere else. You know, I mean, there are some big concerns that I think that when the original ordinance was drafted were just sort of oversights, not even necessarily anything in particular, but just sort of generally, I get the feel that there are some disconnects from like the people who were originally writing it to like the people who that would really be influencing. I feel like
you guys and us.
You know, I mean, like for example, and I don't know if this is just a misinterpretation of the law or what, but the only way I can think of, one of the articles says a pedicab may stop for no longer than it takes to load or unload a fare, and that's all it really says about like standing.
Okay.
So I mean, it seems sort of convoluted. I mean, are we really expected to throughout the entire shift like never take a break or never park anywhere, or is that like meaning it just seems like not the ideal solution for that problem, because I mean it's hard to ride a bicycle for 6 hours and then like on top of that like be moving people around too. Like you got to stop and drink some water and just stop and like let your heart rate slow down for a little while. I mean it's a bicycle after all, you know.
200-pound bike.
I mean. That's really one of our biggest concerns. I mean, I know that the solution that the TAB had proposed, and I don't know what your opinion on this is, was to anywhere that it said like commercial loading zone, to make a commercial loading zone like a pedicab rest area, but then like obviously giving sort of precedent to people who are permitted to use a commercial loading zone. So if I'm downtown and I see a commercial loading zone sign, there's nobody there, I can pull my cab in there and I can sit and I can drink water or you know, call my boss or whatever I need to do. And then if a van comes or a truck comes or something, and it's like, yeah, hey, you got to go, and no big deal.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if I feel like that's a good solution to that problem, but I mean, I don't have the same kind of perspective that you or your officers would have on that.
And another one would be, I understand the safety concerns about marketing commerce,
right? The big travel streets, right?
but I think one that we would be, you know, benefiting a lot from would be riding past midnight.
And the tourists as well. Because we get several requests for pickups after the midnight curfew, and we have to let them know that we're not able to.
The only thing I can say to that is, I know at one point, you know, there was, I don't know why, you know, I was involved in the previous meetings, but there must have been a reason why they said, you know, stop at 12. Obviously, I don't know what's changed to, you know, remove that reason.
As far as I know, as far as the TAB is concerned, I mean, they have the. I'll get your email. I'll send you the minutes. They're online somewhere, but I'll find them. I'll dig them up for you, and I'll send you the minutes from that meeting. And they have like the proposed ordinance. But I mean, they approved it during that meeting, and it like the people from the taxi cab industry were saying that they didn't have a problem with it, and I mean the GTU was saying that they don't have a problem with it. I mean, I understand the risk associated with it. But I mean, at the same time, it's sort of a risk.
And I guess I know one of the reasons I know too is after 12, you know, that's when things start picking up for bike patrol. You know, especially on weekend nights. You know, things start happening, and we don't need additional.
Yeah.
We don't need additional work. You know,
Sure.
after 12, once bar breakout starts kicking in, it's crazy enough for us. You know, we don't need additional problems, and that's one of the things I know the officers on the evening, you know, are concerned about. You know, we have enough. You know,
Additional work in terms of?
well, violations. You know, any problems that occur because you know of a pedicab, you know, committing whatever violations, and you know what? Obviously, during those hours, you know, our officers are going to be tied up. They may not be able to address them, or it'll just be an additional thing they have to work through. You know, should it become an issue.
Well, I mean,
And once again, I'm not, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, I'm speaking, but I'm not, you know, I'm not really fully aware of all
Full
the, yeah.
insight.
Yeah, because like I said, once again, these problems occur in the evenings. It's my sergeants that have kind of, you know, kind of fed me, you know, what I know, and I can't speak from first-hand experience.
sure.
I believe if the ordinance is passed, it would take away a lot of the possible, you know, need for, yes, because like one of the biggest violations is us needing to stop. I remember one time a coworker and I were ticketed because we had stopped at Hard Rock, and I had told the officer, well, we stopped because he hurt his foot and he's fatigued. I stopped. He needed to have a break because he was going to pass out. I stopped to make sure that he was okay and make sure that if he needed to be towed in, that I could tow him in. And we were still written a ticket on that. But if the ordinance was changed to where we could use commercial loading zones, well, then that's one less thing that the patrol has to worry about. And then, of course, as I said, we are self-regulating, and there are fees and penalties internally within our company that would be issued if any of the riders are spotted making any violations or riding unsafely or abusively or whatnot. We are trying very hard to increase the level of professionalism and safety that we provide within the company. That's again why we added the reflective tape, the safety vests, and so on and so
And
forth.
these are things that would be mandated in the ordinance. I mean, these are. I'll send this. I should have brought a copy of
Or
it.
just, you know, you'll be able to forward it to me. I'll be able to take a look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, barring the concerns about Commerce Street, that they're all.
I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really see any issues with, I guess, you know, like you said, the commercial. I know there'll be competition, sometimes that competition for parking there with other folks, but that's just something that can be worked out. I don't see any particular issue.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like we're because we know what it's like to have to ride around and have to, like, either like risk being ticketed or like go somewhere where you like hide somewhere, you know.
Essentially, I think that's what that was put like that, so you don't stop on sidewalks. You know, you don't block sidewalks. You don't block streets, because downtown, guess what? It's a premium. Parking's a premium. Sidewalks are a premium.
Big time.
Loading zones, they're premium also.
Sure.
All space is a premium, and we learned that to experience ourselves. We can't find a place for our van to park. Yeah, we got that space temporarily, but nobody wants us there.
We're having a battle.
Yeah, we're having a battle.
Finding entities just to park our patrol wagon.
Patrol wagon,
I would
yeah.
love to see a
Us.
pedicab pad wagon.
So we're fully aware of all the need for space, you know, all kinds of space, walking, parking, you know, sitting. It's a premium.
Sure.
And I think that's part of the reason, you know, they wrote it like that, to keep you all moving, because they don't want you camping anywhere.
Yeah, I mean.